Parliament's Land Reform Portfolio Committee chairperson, Mncwango, says persistent budget cuts are having dire consequences for the restitution program. He and 3 other committee chairs today outlined the work undertaken since the beginning of the 7th Parliament. Newzroom Afrika's Nomusa Zwane has more.
Land Reform Portfolio Committee chairperson Mncwango believes budget cuts are to blame for the slow pace of restitution.
We actually noticed that this progressive decline in the budget for land acquisition over the last 12 years actually has had a very negative impact on the whole program of land reform.
But he says it's not all doom and gloom, as some black farmers have benefited from government's land acquisition since 2009.
Between 2009 and 2024, government acquired 3 million hectares at the cost of 14.5 billion rand. It's quite expensive. Land is expensive. And these farms are being leased to farmers for a 30-year period.
Mncwango has lamented the pace at which claims are being settled.
By 27 July 2016, a total of 163,383 land claims had been lodged. So these claims are not being processed because the Land Claims Commission has been interdicted from processing these new claims until all the older claims have been settled.
Monday's briefing by various committee chairpersons comes ahead of this week's budget vote. The Economic Development and Trade Committee chairperson has called on parliamentarians to remember why a coalition government had to be formed.
We are operating in a critical political, economic environment. The formation of the Government of National Unity following the 2024 elections was not just an act of compromise, it was a democratic necessity. But let me be frank, the GNU must not become a governance experiment that loses momentum under the weight of competing agendas.
The 2 biggest parties in the Government of National Unity, the ANC and the DA, have been at loggerheads over a proposed half a percentage point rise in VAT. 11th hour talks are continuing. It would also appear that the ANC has failed to convince those in the opposition, like the EFF and the MK party, to support the budget. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Nomusa Zwane.